Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're having a great morning this morning. I want you to know that A, I love you. B, I want you to do great things with your life today. But I also want you to think about something today. I want you to think about today the effect that you and the influence that you have on the people around you in your life. I want you to focus and think about today what you bring to the life that you're in. What is it? Oh, snap, hold on. What does it mean to you in order to have the influence over the people in your life? I want to talk to you today about the importance of understanding the influence and the effect that you have on the people in your life. A lot of people, they go through their entire life and they never identify with the fact that they have influence, they have power in their life, and they have that influence to control and inspire other people. And today I want to talk to you because a lot of times people ask me, they're like, why do you feel the need to motivate people? Why do you feel the need to inspire people? Because I don't want you to watch my videos and be inspired. I want you to watch my videos and take time in your life. I want you to watch my videos and understand that you may think that you're where you want to be, but if you really dig in deep, there's always another level. There's always another level for you to dig in and for you to become the person that you want to be. There's always a level that you can go to and dig deep and have a greater life than what you have now. But a lot of us, because we never had someone in our influence, we never had someone in our circle to support us, it was always very easy for us to be confident and competent and settle for where we are. It's very easy for us to achieve something and think this is what I was meant to achieve, but not understand that when you reach the mountaintop, you're supposed to use the view from the top of the mountain to see the next mountain that you're going to climb. A lot of people get to that first mountaintop and they're like, I did it. I did it. I succeeded. And what happens is that when you do that, people see you do that and they start to do the same thing. They're inspired for a short amount of time. That inspiration comes from a place of hope. But sometimes when they get to that place, when they get to that mountaintop, what happens is that they lose hope because they achieved it. Sometimes when we achieve what we're shooting for, sometimes when we hit our target, it affects us in a weird way. You know, my goal is absolutely 100% for you to go out and be the best person you can be. My goal is for you to love yourself and to fill your whole life up with people that love you and respect you and support you so that you can go on to reach the mountaintops that you were meant to reach. But if you do not build the foundation before going for that first mountaintop, then when you get to that mountaintop, you're going to stop and you're going to judge yourself. And you're not going to allow yourself to truly enjoy the time and effort that you put into it. Some people are a lot like me. Some people, as soon as they get close to the mountaintop, they're already thinking of what they're going to do next. Some people are just like me. That's how I am. As soon as I get 10 feet from the top, I'm no longer thinking about the top. I know I'm going to reach the top. I need to know what I'm going to do next. I need to know what direction I'm headed in next because my effort has already gotten me to the top. I'm not there yet, people. I'm not there yet. We're not even 30 days into this challenge. But I'm already thinking about when I get to my 90 days, how's it going to affect the people that I have influence over? How's it going to affect people that didn't follow up with this, that watched me in the beginning and they were like, yeah, all right, Jimmy. And then when I start to achieve everything that I wanted to achieve and people didn't believe me, will that cause them to believe in themselves? Because if you don't believe in me, I get it. I get it. I have flaws. I'm human. I've made mistakes. Some of you have watched me make serious mistakes in my life, and it may be hard for you to take advice from someone that you saw do that. But what I want you to understand is that I have been there. I have been in the shit, and I know what it's like to come out of it. I have been in some of the darkest places some human beings ever go. And I learned the tools and the strength inside myself to take myself out of it. I learned the tools to go from a broken home to having a happy marriage. I learned the tools and the techniques that took me from being homeless to being a homeowner. I learned the tools and techniques that took me from depression into happiness. But the funny thing is that I can sit here every morning and try and tell all of you, but some of you aren't ready to hear it. Some of you battle back and forth, or maybe you don't battle at all because you're so content that you think that you're right. I'm not right. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not right. What I'm saying is all I'm saying is I figured out a way to pull myself out of it. And I'm willing to help you use the same tools and techniques that I saved my life with in order to save yours. But why do some people watch and they just don't get it? They don't care. I can really tell them exactly what they needed to know in order to achieve happiness, but it's not going to change who they are. It's not going to change what they do. It's not going to change the choices that they make. That's the frustrating part for me, is that I can pour everything into some people, and some people still, have their own story. I'm trying to have a strategic intervention. I'm trying to step in for one moment out of your entire life and get you to stop and step back and take a look at your life and have it with perspective. I want you to take a moment out of your life and just understand that you're not supposed to know all the answers. Your parents, when you were growing up, you thought your parents knew all the answers. You were like, once I become an adult, I'll know all the answers. Then you become an adult and you realize they didn't have the answers. No one has the answers. Some people have succeeded, but success leaves clues. That's where people mess up. People mess up by thinking that if they're going to be a success, they have to build all of it themselves. But you don't. Success leaves clues. Model the people that have done what you do, and you'll get the same life that they have. If you put in the work, just like Warren Buffett puts in the work, you're going to be a billionaire. I guarantee it. That's how it works. If you do the work that they do, if you get on their level, you easily begin to achieve what they achieve. But the thing is how many people can you give the secrets of happiness to? How many people have you seen achieve happiness and you didn't model them? How many people that you see have the life that you wanted, but you judge them instead of seeing that they could have given you the secret? And don't get me wrong, I know it's so easy to get caught up in this life that we're in and just get overwhelmed and feel like there's nothing that you can do. But what I want you to do and what I want you to understand today is that you decide who you are. And you confirm who you are by the actions that you take. You know who you are as a person, but your actions confirm who you are. You can say, I'm a really nice person, but if you're shitty to everybody, are you a nice person? You can say, oh, I love my family, but when shit gets bad and you treat them like shit, do you love your family? Or is it convenient for you to say that you love your family when it's good, but in the moments where you really need to love your family, it's easy for you to walk away? Hopefully, I'm not talking to anyone specifically that's watching this, but I want you to give you perspective. You want to know why I changed my life? It's because when I chose to be homeless, I got perspective. It's funny, this morning I had one of my family members call me the weird cousin. And I'm okay with that because I think y'all are weird. I think it's weird as fuck to be on a rat race and just be on a hamster wheel and constantly moving towards a goal that you guys don't even know what the fuck it is. You know how many people I know in my life that think I'm weird? They think I'm strange because I want to be happy and they want a fucking paycheck. Because I want to be who I want to be and they want to be who their parents want them to be. They never take time to learn who they want to be. People think I'm weird and I'm cool with that. Because to me, it's weird to not want to be happy. To me, it's weird to chase hatred and chase something that you don't even want with every effort of your life that you don't even want. That's weird to me. It's weird to me to try and be a Stepford wife and try and be the cookie cutter of what a woman should be. That's weird to me because you lose yourself in the moment you decide to be them. I don't ever want to be like you. I don't ever want to be like you. Ever. It doesn't matter what you have. I don't want to be like you. I want to be me. Because I'm the only one that I know. I'm the only one that is going to do it my way. Of course, there are other people that are more successful to me if you judge success based off of money. But if you judge success off of fulfillment, if you judge success off of happiness, I'm murdering some of those people. They don't even belong in my category. Some of the richest people in the world couldn't stand next to me if we were judging on being happy. If we were judging on being fulfilled, they would be like, oh, I made a lot of money. And that's all that they could explain. But I could spend the rest of my life telling you why I do what I do. I could spend every moment of the rest of my life explaining to you why I'm here. It's because I care about you. It's because that no one was there in the moment that I needed them. If I would have had somebody to jump on a show and just give me some advice about what I was going through, that is more valuable to me than whether or not you like me. That's more valuable to me than whether or not you think that this is the show for you. Because it might not be, and I'm okay with that. I'm not making the show to help everyone. I'm making the show to help the people that need it. I'm being here and being a support for people that don't have support. You know, if you just need to hear once a day that you're loved, guess what? Watch my show. I'll say it. I love you. I love you more than some people love their spouse. And I don't even know you personally. You want to know why? Because I care about people on a level that other people can't comprehend. I care about people on a level that some parents don't even care about their kids, and I care that way about strangers. Strangers. That's who I am. I don't know why. It was a curse when I was younger, and it's been a blessing sometimes in my life. But I assure you, it is not easy to be me. It is not easy to go from the life that I grew up in and to become the person that I was meant to be. That was not easy. It was not easy to go from living on the streets and being a 9-year-old kid and realizing that the person that represented God to me in my life didn't love me enough to choose me. So that changed my relationship with everything, including God. Because my mother represented God to me as a child. It was not easy, but it had to be done. How many people know exactly what I would have become if I would have broken in that moment? I probably wouldn't even be here, but if I was here, I would be one of the people that you walk by on the street that was broken and stayed homeless. I didn't become that person because when everybody else was listening to everybody else around them, I knew that I was more than that. When I sat there at those jobs and those jobs told me time and time again that I wasn't worth it, that I wasn't valued, that I didn't bring enough to the table, eventually I just knew they were full of shit. I knew that they were going home and taking a nap while I was running their restaurant. I knew that they were making they were making $1 and I was making a dime. How the fuck are you going to tell me that I'm not putting in the work and I'm not valued when everything you have is off my back? I let people do that to me. Why? Because the one area of myself that I wasn't confident in was the value that I brought to the marketplace. Because I learned from people, and then I had to each time accept what someone else thought my value was. That's what a job is. You're accepting what another person says that your value is. But what I want you to understand is that's why you should work for yourself, because no one will ever value you as much as you should be valued. Because if they're in a job to value you, they got to pay you, and pay you, they have to take out of their own pocket. You want to know why I'll be successful one day? Because I don't want to be the richest person in the room. I want to be the person that helped everybody else become wealthy, to become happy. If you gave me $1 million, I wouldn't have it for long because I would go out and start helping people with it. That's the difference. And people call me weird. They do. They think I'm weird. They think it's weird that if you gave me $1 million, I would go help other people with it. Why do they think I'm weird? Because they think other people want to do that for them. They're like, well, they want $1 million. They never came and helped me, so why am I going to help them? Because if you don't take the action to change it, it'll never change. It's that simple. As long as you repeat the action of everyone else around you and you base that and you say that that's right, it's right. You have to be the one to decide that it's wrong. You know, if everybody in the world is going this way and you find yourself going this way, know that you are blessed. You are walking a blessed path because the herd is being led by fear. To be going in the opposite direction just to give yourself enough perspective to see where the herd's going. How many people out there are like me? How many people see the herd going this way and somehow they're just standing on the sidelines watching them run right off a fucking cliff, and like you just stopped and you're like, damn, I wonder if they're paying attention. Like that's an accident waiting to happen. That's a train wreck. And you're just gonna walk right into it. Okay. How many people have seen their parents make the mistakes you're currently making, and you think that it's going to work out differently than it worked out for your parents? That's not how it works. You're modeling a life. So if you model a life, you become that life. If you act just like your mother, you're going to become your mother. If you act just like your favorite boss or entrepreneur, you're going to become that entrepreneur. If you pick up the habits, success leaves habits. So does failure. So which habits are you paying attention to? Are you paying attention to someone's failure and learning their habits and repeating them, not realizing what you're doing? Or are you following someone's success and following their habits and their clues, and then you're following them trying to get their life? That's the difference, people. You're either following a life that you want or you're following a life that you don't. But if you're following a life that you want, you're happy. You're fulfilled. You feel great about life because you're like, wow, it's a clear path. You know exactly where you're going. You put in the work, you grow, you're happy. But if you don't, if you're just constantly on the hamster wheel and you never step off for a second to realize that you're putting in all the energy and you're going nowhere. It's like a treadmill, man. You're just running. You're running and you're putting in the energy and it fucking feels like you're doing something. It feels like you're doing something. And where did you go? Nowhere. You put in all the work, but you went nowhere. Why? Because you didn't realize you were on a treadmill. You thought you was getting somewhere, but you weren't. And the reason that you weren't getting anywhere is because you didn't have a target. You were just doing work. The work is enough. No, the work's not enough, because if you don't know what you're doing with it, if you don't have a target that you're going for, you're not going to hit it. Everybody likes to be like, oh, well, I put in the work, and why didn't it work? Because you didn't have a target to shoot for. Because when it got to a point where you struggled, you didn't know why you should keep going. You're just doing the work. Busy work on the treadmill. Thinking the treadmill is going to get you to a destination. It's not. You're just putting in the work. So stop putting in the work. Stop breaking your back if you don't know what your goal is. You know, like I said, people love to say that I'm weird. And I thought that was so funny when I saw that this morning. I was like, I'm the weird cousin. Well, a lot of people that are in my life, especially in my family, not a lot of them have a life that I want to live. So that's cool with me. Think that I'm weird because I think that you're weird, that you spend a whole life trying to achieve something that you never really wanted in the first place. You know, I'm cool with that. I am weird. I am weird. You know why? Because I believe in you. Because I care about you when most people won't. If that makes me weird, if that makes me strange, if that makes me against the herd, I'm okay with it. Because I assure you, there's been plenty of times in my life that when I stood aside and I was like, where the fuck is everybody going? And they were going off a cliff. I'm real happy not to be the person that was part of the herd. I want you to understand that. I want you to take pride in the fact that you're not normal. Because all that means is that you have a mind of your own. That means that you make your own decisions and some other people don't make them for you. That means that when everybody walks out wearing blue, you're like, you know what? I really like this polka dots. I really like the polka dots. I don't care that everyone here is wearing blue and that I'm clearly not going to match the crowd. I just know I want to wear polka dots. It's that simple, people. If everybody is looking and going in one direction, I want you to have the strength to not, you don't have to not go there, but I want you to step back for 1 second and realize where they're going. I want you to realize that if you're at a job, look at your boss. That's the end goal of your job, is for you to become him or them. So you can lead the company, so you can be financially stable. Look at them. Look at the leader in your department. Is that who you want to be? Are they happy? That's my main question. Are they happy? Do you look at them and you're like, wow, they love their life? If they are, fantastic. It's a great life for them, but it's still not a good life for you. But how many people right now are working their ass off at a job that even if they became the boss, even if they reach the highest level, they still wouldn't care? Because it's not their dream. It's not their passion. It's just a job. You know, but what if you decided today what your target was? What if from today forward, every time you went into that stupid mundane job, you didn't go in just doing the work, but you were like, what can I learn from this job in order to make my dream happen? Let me give you an example. When I was working with one of the last jobs that I was working at, they were very immature. I realized very fast that they were not the company that they said they were when I got hired on. So at first I was like, I'm going to quit. Fuck this place. But I didn't. And you want to know why I quit? Because there were lessons for me to learn as a business owner, as a manager, that they could teach me that I didn't already know. So did I love the job? No. Was I happy to go to the job every day? No. But was there one thing every day that I was like, okay? I learned to network off Google Drive because of that job. I learned how to do email marketing because of that job. Granted, they treated me like shit, but the point was that I was getting something from them that I needed. I wasn't just serving their needs. And maybe you need to think about it that way. Maybe you need to see the target, but you need to understand that the target is going to help you, or your daily routines can help you reach your target if you have a target. If not, you're just running on a treadmill. Stop running on a treadmill. Make a difference with your life. You can't sit around and hope for things to change. You have to get up and you have to take action. If you want to pray about it, pray about it. Pray hard about it. But know that prayer is only one part of it. Know that if prayer was enough, Jesus would have just prayed. he would have just been like, listen, I'm just going to pray for him. I'm going to hope that it's going to be enough. I'm going to put the intent out there and hope that it was enough. No, he had to take action and he had to die. See what I'm saying? Without action, the intent doesn't really matter. You can sit there all day and say, I want to be a good person. But if you're not out doing good things, are you a good person? If you're sitting at home and you're like, oh, I love people. I want to make a difference. Oh, I want change. But you never go out and do make change. You never go out and become the person that is the change that you want to see. Is that change ever going to happen? It will if somebody else takes action, but not from you. Be the person that takes action. Be the person that knows what their target is. And every day you wake up, you're like, okay, here's my target. I may hate my job, but my job can teach me something that will give me more skills and create more value for me in the marketplace. So I need to focus on what those are and hone those skills. I need to focus on, I may not be at this job for long, but I need to have the relationship with a couple of managers at least so that I can have a letter of recommendation. I need to work on my computer skills because maybe I'm not the best at computer skills. So I need to take this time and really dig in and get good at the software part of it and customer service. Because one day when you own your own business, every aspect of your past job has taught you something. That's why so many entrepreneurs are so good, because they've gone through so many fields trying to find that one market that they learned a shit ton about the industry just trying to get there. But if you're just at your job and you're like, I fucking hate this job, are you learning about the industry? Or are you learning that you hate the industry? That's what I want you to realize. What again? Even this morning when I was looking at pictures of like my family members and people that were my age and people I went to high school with, I look 10 years younger than most of the people in those pictures. You want to know why? Even though I've had a much harder life, even though I've had more trauma, more stress, all of that. Than most of them, I should say. I shouldn't judge all of them, but I would say probably 90% of the kids that especially I went to high school with didn't have that. A lot of those kids weren't like me in prison. A lot of those kids were just, wrapped up in their own shit. You're wrapped up in their parents' shit. But I'm proud then to be weird, and I'm proud now to be weird. I don't want to be normal. Normal is not having your own show. Normal is going and clocking in. I would be at work right now in a cubicle typing somebody else's life up. I don't want that life. But if I could have never achieved my own business if I never learned the lessons from the jobs that I was in. Chipotle was one of the worst run stores in my area. But Chipotle gave me my passion for cooking. They were not good at running the business. However, they were fantastic at being culinary geniuses. They taught me a love for food, and I love it. And they're the ones that put me through the Culinary Institute. They're the ones that made me become a chef. But if I would have just been focusing on whether or not they paid me when they were supposed to pay me and kept my hours where they were supposed to be and managed their job the way they were supposed to, and whether or not I thought they were good managers, I would have just focused on all of that, and I never would have focused on how much I love food. I never would have focused on how much they taught me. I would have just focused on what they didn't teach me. And I would have not focused on been grateful for the opportunities that I had. I would have just been focused on the opportunities that I missed. I got to go away from that job with a resume that changed my life. But I could have just said, General Manager, Chipotle. the difference? I learned from the experience, and that experience created more value for me in the marketplace. So if I want to achieve the life that I want to live, if I want to have abundance, I have to create value in the marketplace. So every job taught me something to increase my value. No matter the job, it taught me something to increase my value. So my advice to you today is stop looking at your job or your life or your relationship and thinking that, it's hopeless and that there's no point to it, even if it fails. Even if this is not what you're meant for, even if in a month you give up and walk away, what can you walk away with? What did you learn? What did you learn about who you are, what you want to do, how to do it? What did you learn about your strengths and what did you learn about your weaknesses? Did you work on your weaknesses? Did you share your strengths? If you're not doing that, you're not improving. It doesn't matter what job I give you. I could give you your dream job. You're not gonna do a good job if you don't learn this now. Every job is teaching you something. Every moment is teaching you something. Every problem that you have is teaching you something. Stop dodging the lesson and get it over with. Be weird. Be unique. Be strange. Be anything that equals you. Don't be the cookie cutter. Don't be the thing that everybody else wants you to be. Don't become the person that you think would be easy for you to fit in. Become the person that you're proud to stand out. Be you. I love you. I'm proud of you. I know it's not easy, but you managed to get this far and you can go a hell of a lot farther. Just stop telling yourself those limiting beliefs and telling yourself that you're not worth it. You are. You're worth it. You are loved. And I know that you're going to kick today's ass. All right. I'm going to wrap it up, but I want you guys to take that with you today. You never lose if you're willing to learn the lesson. You never lose as long as you're willing to learn the lesson. Heavy stuff. All right. I love you. I hope you have a great day. I'll put my schedule up, so if anybody needs anything from me, just let me know. But I'm sending you much love. There it is. Ooh, there it is. All right. So much love. I hope you have a fantastic day. And just do me one favor. Chase happy. Don't chase money. Chase fulfillment. Don't chase status. And chase experience. Don't chase possessions. Happiness is on the other side of it. Promise. All right. You ready? Stay tuned. Where's that? There it is. Stay tuned. Pay attention. And witness my growth. See, I am the weird cousin.